Alright, what up guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel and welcome to Morning Coffee Thoughts, where I give my thoughts over morning coffee. I have a special announcement, guys. I am officially coffee free for 4 days. 4 days. Do you guys even understand? Now I know I've been coffee free before, but last time I was coffee free, I was kind of cheating. Okay, I was kind of cheating. I was drinking chai tea lattes in the morning. Now, straight water. Now, everyone in the office thinks I'm going to quit. And I think that's fair because every time I've done this, I've quit. But this time, guys, I think it's different. Now, the reason I decided to quit coffee, I'll tell you what. I have been wanting to lose 20 pounds for years. I've tried so hard. And I'm going to get into that because a lot of you guys had questions, not questions, but I guess I got a lot of messages, like very concerned about my thyroid issues I mentioned last video. And I was debating if I wanted to share more about this, but sometimes I share things and other people have gone through the same thing. So maybe someone else has had the same issue. I don't know. Okay. But what was I talking about? Okay. So I met with a nutritionist the other day because I've been trying to lose this weight forever. And he told me, you really have to reduce 300 calories a day. Like that's our goal he didn't even tell me to quit coffee because he said, I get like such a light in my eyes when I talk about these. We don't have to quit it, but let's try to reduce it. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, well, 300 calories a day, that's really my coffee in the morning. And I'm like, so you're saying all I'd have to do is quit this coffee? Maybe it'd be easier just to quit it. This was my thought process. Was I right? Was I wrong? I don't know. But this gives me an excuse to talk about health and what my personal, I guess, journey has been with health. I hate saying the word journey. It's kind of gay, but whatever. So when I was a kid, I was an athlete. And guys, some of my earliest memories are in the gym. I remember being like 7 years old playing basketball. I'm not like some of you people. Some of you people can remember up to when you were like 2, 3, 4 years old. Not me, really. Like, I had kind of a bad memory in general. I forget what I did a week ago. You know what I mean? Anyways, so basically, I have trained very intense from the time I was 12. And because when I was 12, I started travel volleyball. Now, what's travel volleyball? I used to train, and I did 2 sports. So travel volleyball was 2.5-hour practices, like 4 days a week plus weekends. You would have tournaments. So you were there all day. Like we would get there at like, I don't know, 7 in the morning and leave at like, sometimes we'd leave at 4. And a lot of times these were out of state. So I would be in Vegas one weekend. I would be in Colorado another weekend, like just playing. And I didn't really mind. Like a lot of people would say, oh, that sounds so horrible. No, I loved it. I loved sports from the time I was 12. And I played 2 sports. So not only did I do that, but I also played basketball. So I would basically get out of school at 2:30. Okay. And that's why when they say, are you a traditional woman? I'm like, lady, when was I supposed to learn how to cook? Now I actually can cook now. Everybody says Pearl can't, whatever. I'm not saying I'm a chef, but I'm pretty decent. All right. So anyways, I would get out of school at like 3 o'clock, let's just say. Then I would have to wait an hour for basketball practice. That would be at, I think like 4 maybe. I'd get out of that at 6. I would have to drive an hour from school to volleyball. 7:45 at night to 9:30, something like that. I wouldn't get home till like 11, 12. No, I get home at like 11 o'clock at night. Then I would have to do homework if I wanted to. Now, me, when I was younger, sports, that was always I just loved it. You know, when we lost in college I was the same way too. I would organize extra practices. Like during off season, I would rent out the school gym and I would get all the chicks that quit, basically, because the chicks that were on the team, there's only a couple that wanted to torture themselves with extra practice like I did. So I couldn't get like 6-on-6. So what I would do is I would get the other girls that like quit or like didn't play the year before, and I would organize my own practices. I loved practice. Now, mind you, this did hurt me in other areas of life. Obviously, when you do that, you know, when you're out of the house that much, nutrition was never at the top of my priority. But my whole life, I could kind of get away with it because I just worked out so much. And this really translated into my adult life. I got kind of fat after college. I made it to like 210 pounds, and I blew up really quick because I was used to working out like 4 hours a day, because in college I might not, well, actually I did do basketball, I ran track. I even did lacrosse for 2 weeks in college. But I graduate, right? And I just blow up like a balloon because, I mean, my body's like, you've been working out 4 hours a day since you were 12. I ran a marathon. I decided, okay, I just got fat. I was like 210 pounds. Embarrassing, I know. And I ran a marathon to lose the weight, and I did. I was back to the same weight, because I've basically been the same weight since high school, give or take, like 5, like sometimes gain 5-10 pounds, but then I'd lose it, you know. Anyway, so, well, except for that time I was 200, and yeah. Anyways, what did I do next? Then I signed back up, and now I play semi-pro again. Now, semi-pro definitely is not as intense as college. College was very intense. Guys, I picked my school because they didn't follow the NCAA guidelines. I think they got in trouble for it later. But like I would come to practice, it would be a 2-hour practice. I would get there like 45 minutes early. I wanted to win a national championship. Then on top of that, we would have lifts. So after practice, we would lift and I remember deadlifting 2 plates. This was right, like 2 45-pound plates. I would have a 25-pound, I'm still pretty strong to this day. I'm not saying that this is good. I'm just saying I am. Anyways. So now I'm an adult. And as an adult, you work more. And I realized just because maybe my BMI was healthy, I needed to kind of look into my hormones and my breathing and since I was a kid, basically I had this issue of, I would be one of the most in shape women on my volleyball teams. Like if we did the mile, maybe not burpees, but if we did the mile, I'd be like second. There's one little skinny chick named Francesca. She would just beat everybody, but I would be second in like the running test. But I would be so out of breath. I would be like it would sound so terrible. Like it didn't matter if I was in better shape than them. I could not breathe like a normal person ever. And I've gotten this from the time I was young. Fast forward, I find out I breathe through my mouth, and I think you're not supposed to do that. Basically, because I've always had terrible allergies. I went to the allergy doctor. They poke, the things on your back. They couldn't believe it. They're like, how are you allergic to this much stuff? I'm like, I don't know. I go to these what do you call it? Functional medicine. I went to one of those. They're like, how do you live like this? I'm like, I don't know. I just live. So basically, I've been trying to figure out what the problem is. Now, I'm sure working out from a super young age probably didn't help. And I eat a lot better than I did when I was younger, because I remember eating cookies for breakfast when I was a kid. I definitely don't do that anymore. But I still found it like exceptionally hard to lose weight. Anyways, so I find out my T3 levels are bad. They're like low. Not good. Probably from years of no, because remember, if you're working out this much, guys, and you're doing school, and I was a decent student. I was decent. So I'm not saying I wasn't a straight A's by any means, but I never had a problem failing classes. Well, I did fail one in England, but that was because I didn't care. But anyways, but when I was a kid, just like historically, I never really failed classes like that. But so, I never really had the like circadian rhythm or whatever, because I had practice till 10 o'clock at night. When was I going to get this? Plus, I've traveled, I don't even know what it's like not to travel. Even when I was a kid, we would go on vacation for like a month during the summer. My parents would take us to whatever national park they wanted to show us. Yeah, so this was my life. Anyway, so now I'm trying to quit coffee because I've had that habit since I was like 22. It's such a shame because before that, I did not have that habit. I had a friend in college. She showed me a caramel macchiato. It ruined my life forever. Because before then I never drank coffee. This chick showed me that I loved caramel coffee. Anyways, so now on top of that, the past 2-3 years, I've done this night show. And a lot of people was like, Pearls, leaving the manosphere, whatever. I don't know. Once you get red pilled, you can't unget red pilled. But I was like, I'm just stopping these goddamn night shows, guys. I can't do them. I can't, I would be up until 2 a.m. Now I know you're like, Pearl, why don't you just recruit for them during the day? Do you know the headaches that come with putting these on? I'm like, no. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me anymore. But I thought about it. I was like, maybe I kind of want to take a month off. I'm demonetized. I'm like, maybe you could just relax, because people have no idea how long it's taken me to build what I have. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pearl, you blew up overnight. There's people that have done this for 20 years. I'm not saying there's not other people that have also worked hard. But a lot of people didn't see the year before I was on YouTube. So I started the show in 2021, I think, maybe. I don't know. It was my first year in England. But the year before that, I did so many reaction videos, guys. I have 10,000 videos on my channel. I would wake up, I would do 10 reactions a day. I would do 10. And before that, even during it, I was also managing like a TikTok account. I grew to 1 million followers. So I've always had like a broad variety of interests. Anyways, point is this. I may take a month off. This is really hard for me because I don't know if I'll do it. I might not. But I have to figure out what I'm doing with my life next and like where I want to go. Because one regret that I have in life is that I have moved around a lot. And I really wish I didn't do that. Now, I do think I had good reasons for moving as much as I did. Now, I know. You guys are like, Pearl, what good reasons could you? I do think I had good reasons. Typically, when I moved, it was because I wanted to accomplish a goal. For example, I switched schools in college because I wanted to win a national championship. And I was like, I want to go where I can win a national championship. I liked my first school way better than my second school that I transferred. The second school kind of grew on me, but the first school I enjoyed way more. But I gave that up because I wanted to win a national championship. Now, did I? No. I lived in Milwaukee for a couple of years. I really enjoyed that. And right when I was starting to enjoy it, I decided that I wanted to go on YouTube and do the social media thing. So then I moved back to my parents' house. And while I was there, I had this decision. I was going to do social media while pursuing volleyball. I missed volleyball, guys. It was a part of me. Like, it was, my dad would always tell me there was more to life than volleyball. And he's right, there definitely is, but I didn't see it back then. Anyways, so I moved from Milwaukee back to my parents' house and then I was supposed to go to England for a year, but it got canceled. So I was at my parents' house for a year. Then I go to England because I'm trying to be a pro athlete at the time. Now I'm at a crossroads because what I found is that usually it takes about 2 years to really settle into a place. It takes about 2 years to really have enough friends and build up those relationships. And it kind of stinks having to start over. Now, every time you start over, you learn how to do it quicker. But I've learned in life that the grass really is greener where you water it. It really is. I think always when I'm happiest, it's when I've been in one place for a prolonged period of time. When I'm moving around all the time, you have to start over, and even I've lost contact with some really awesome friends I don't want to say lost contact. It's not like we're blocked or anything. We're still friends, but I don't speak to some really awesome friends on a regular basis because I moved. Chick, you're moving all the time. So part of me is just I could just stay in England. I don't mind it. And I was on track to building this content house in London. My idea basically was I wanted to build a content house in London. And I actually wanted to add a school to it. I get so many people that want to come work for me. What if I said, hey, apply to my school. You can edit. We'll teach you what we know. Boom, cheap labor. Boom, boom, cheap labor. Boom. It's like a win-win. We teach you what we know. Hire the best people. It's like a job guaranteed if you pass these certifications or something. Now we're demonetized. Now we can reapply after 3 months. And I'm fairly confident we can get back in it based on what I've spoken with my YouTube rep. What caused me to get demonetized was saying, I can't say it because I'm on YouTube. Let's just say it rhymes with Fanny, but with a T. And that you can't say that one group of people is dumber than another group of people. So when I used that in a gender context, I guess YouTube didn't like that. So that is the official reason. None of these TMZ reaction channels, they don't care. And it's so frustrating because they don't care about what's true. They don't care. They have their narrative. So, all of these guys are just going to say I was demonetized for something I was not demonetized for. Whatever, do your thing, guys. But back to what I was saying about the health stuff. Part of me, because I've worked so incredibly hard the last 3 years, I have worked my butt off. I kind of want to just take a month off. I really do. I'm demonetized anyway. I might just go home for a month. I don't know. And in that month, I really want to focus on getting my hormone levels more normal. Because the last couple of years, no, my whole life, I've really neglected that. And apparently, sorry, back to the health stuff. I might have a tongue tie. I don't know, because some people say I have a tongue tie. Some people say I don't. But I guess the buteyko breathing stuff might help me with, it's all connected, they say, the hormone stuff. So apparently, because I breathe wrong, that affects, everything. And I've been eating a ton of steak lately. I've heard steak fixes you. So I was let's eat steak. Don't know if it's had the overnight effect I was hoping for, but we keep on keeping on. So I don't know. That's my health stuff. I had so many people text me. They're like, it was almost like I was dying. I'm like, guys, I'm not dying. I'm okay. I know I was kind of bummed out in that video. I was like, I think I was pretty sad because, I mean, and that's the thing, guys. YouTube can take away your livelihood like that. It's like you do. I can't even imagine Sneeko. He did that for 10 years. That man grinded. 10 years. YouTube said, not today, bitch. I'm demonetized. And I thought about all the work I did. But, sorry, back to the content houses. You know, I want to basically start content houses in each cities. And I wanted to have like 4 or 5 people per house. But, you know, now we're obviously losing money every month. So that's going to kind of slow that down. And then my question is, do I want to keep building this content house, or do I just want to say, screw it, go home? You know, maybe I'll keep, you know, Christine on, have her, but it's like one person. Do I want to keep signing people? I really liked the idea of the houses. I wanted to do it in all the major cities. I wanted to do it in like Vegas, Miami. But once you realize how difficult it is to like start these, you're like, I don't know, maybe it's just too much work. Maybe I'll just do my stuff. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I really wanted to contribute. I really wanted to build the media company that I wished I had growing up. You know, because even the right-wing stuff is just like still la-la land. It's still like, you guys are living in the 1950s. It's not the 1950s anymore. I'm not happy about it, but like, this is the world we're in, you know? So I really wanted to contribute to like making the media that I wished I had growing up. And I knew it couldn't just be me. So I thought, well, I'm obviously killer at YouTube, so I should sign people. You know, and now the question is, do I want to get, like, I can move into like a official, and I have the money, I can do it, Audacity network building, or do I just want to, you know, go home? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, because for a year I've been saying I'm going to move. And I really didn't like London, but now I'm like, well, it's kind of growing on me. They're kind of classy people. And then I have to start over. I don't know. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. No, I'm not. Yeah, some of you guys, the comments, it was like, I'm not dying. I think my hormones are off. Like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you next time.